I think about writing and video production in the same way. I think that with video, it's so similar to writing that there's a story that needs to be told. There's some sort of thesis statement, beginning, middle, and end, some sort of arc to your story. And I see that the construction of both of them are very similar in that you have to be articulate and meaningful. In this class, when you're writing, it's supposed to come from a deeper place than just the technical aspects of it.
I feel like if I wasn't writing, I wouldn't produce as good of a video, because writing kind of forces you to think about why you're doing certain things, and it forces you to justify things, and it forces you to look back on your project and say, oh yeah, I was doing this for this reason, so I have to make sure that that's what I'm doing. And that also might be like vice versa. You might want to change what you wrote because you see that something works better. I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. You really can't have one without the other.
I don't know, because I think that I still am thinking, and it may also because I'm so much older than you, and my training has been so different in two different directions, that I still think that, for example, the film I'm working on now, I'm thinking visually, and then I have to think about it verbally, and then I'm trying to sync the two up. Not that that's a bad thing, but I'm not sure that they're ever going to be an integrated unity for me. And I'm also of a different generation. You are the video generation.
First of all, I think it's really cool that this class, I don't need to bring any paper or pen to this class because it's all online. That's important because I think that's really where we are in our society right now. Blogs are a really big thing.
I think this is the first class that I've had that it has used a blog. I do feel a lot more connected with my peers, I think, because I can freely go look at their blog and see what they're writing or watch their videos again, and I like that aspect. I'm not so much focused on the idea that I have to sit down and I have to write 4 pages, but I'm focused on the ideas behind my project, and I think I put a lot more thought into this because I enjoy that process more than just sitting down and writing a research paper. That sort of preparation is good for making the video, and it's also good for the reflection later because I think I really learn about my thought process.
I think the benefit of having the laptop in the class and having them rented to us for a semester is really helpful. I can't imagine not having it. I don't think the atmosphere would be the same. Other rhetoric classes are simply, I think they can get really boring. I think this is just more fun.
I signed up because I have a very fractured relationship between images and words. And I think that there are 3 forms of human thought, at least in my way of looking at it. There's the mathematical, the verbal, and the visual. And I wanted to see if in any way I could, I don't want to say heal the rupture or the fracture.
When you try to do a complex math problem in your head, there are a lot of chances of error, and so you write whatever down and the steps you did, and like the writing for the video is similar to that because it's hard to have all the ideas you have in your head and juggle them around inside your brain. If it would be easier to write it down and organize them that way, to see like what steps you've made, see how you've progressed through it, how you came to your answer. Some people are better at mental juggling than others, but I think it would be helpful for anyone.
Yeah, the math problem analogy is good. It's like a proof.
That's the word I was looking for.
Really,
analogy.
I knew you were trying to say proof. It's like you can't just say a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You have to explain the steps involved in it. And then once you see those steps, it makes total and perfect sense.
Well, this is a pretty small class, so I feel like I've gotten to know most of the people pretty well. We review our work, like each other's work, a lot more than we would in any other class that I've had so far. We have all these film screenings, and it's really cool because after you show your film, everybody raises their hand and says like nice things or things you could work on about your film, and it gets you to think more and like plan better for next time. In other classes there's like a little bit of peer editing, but you don't really know the people as much. Like in this class we have like a lot of discussions, and we're always like talking to each other. We're all very friendly with each other.
I was looking around recently at our class and thinking about the fact that this is the most diverse, racially, this is the most diverse class I am in. I think everybody has a lot to say because we are all from different backgrounds, different majors, different cultures, and I really think it is cool that, and ironic that this class is the most racially diverse class I'm in.
I had to talk my department into letting me take this class, and I'm very happy that I was able to take this class and the class existed.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a really good, it's gotten me acquainted with a new technology and an art form that I always wished I knew about, and maybe I'll just make nice home movies now, or I don't know. I mean, I told my department that I thought this was more useful to me professionally going into the arts and museums and classes than sitting through another slide lecture. And they did not disagree with me. What I love about the class and coming together and watching everybody's video is that you could give every one of us the exact same topic, and everyone would come back with a uniquely different film because it's like fingerprints. Not only is every word a choice, as we know, every 4-second frame or smaller is a choice. So, it's in a weird way, whether we think it's personal or not, I think it is personal.
I think this course has been very different compared with other classes. I feel like I've made a group of friends that are very different from one another, and just the topic of the course kind of brings us all together in a way.
There's been a very good feeling in the room, and a lot of, I think, respect for each other, and just genuine enjoyment of each other and the process.